Ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders and investors, welcome to the program. This week in review, we got quite a bit to talk about. Let's take a look. The SPY representing the S&P 500 last week and ended at an all-new high of 501. And then on Monday, it did make a new high of 503. And then Tuesday we shot well below this area of support that we were hoping it would hold. And so it was a big drop off on Tuesday. Wednesday came back. Thursday. Today we are dropping. So let's take a look at this. What do we got? This is a daily chart. And what we see here are higher lows, except for this candle here. There's some indecision here, some profit taking. We're not sure exactly what's going on. So let's take a look at a weekly chart. Boy, look at that bull run. This candle does look bullish though. Look at that bottom tail. That would have been from Monday's sell-off. So it's definitely looking for new highs here. There's no doubt about it. Now let's take a quick look at the QQQ. And before we get into that, I'm going to ask you a favor. Please subscribe to the channel. We have a goal of 100 subscribers. Smash the like button. Helps get the video out there. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And let's get into this now. QQQ, let's take a look. Daily chart. Okay, they were doing a little weaker than the SPY. Now, the QQQ representing the NASDAQ is tech, that's AI and tech. They're more interest rate sensitive. Now, the 10-year yield has gone up to 4.28. Okay, so it's gone up almost like 20 basis points in a week. And the relative strength of the dollar has also increased to 104.28. So with that being said, you can see we had, Monday test, Tuesday big drop, did not hold the support of 430 that we were hoping would hold, but it came back on Wednesday and Thursday, and today, look, we're losing a lot of momentum here. The 10-year yield is going up. So, but let's take a look at really quickly on the weekly time frame. So here you go. Last week, pretty much gave back everything from last week. So that's interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on what's going on with the debt, which is the 10-year yield. Also, ex-President Trump in that civil case now has to put out like $350 billion. And if we actually go to the intraday today, we'll go to the SPY. It's quite interesting. Right when that verdict came out, the market's tanked off. Look at that, about 2 o'clock, 2:30. This is today's action. Every candle represents 15 minutes. So, yeah, it sold off in the morning. Nice rebound, dropped down, back up, and then totally just lost it. And the QQQs, let's see how that looked. It's the same. Yeah, same deal. Right when the president started, that bad news came out. That's interesting how it works like that. Well, let's go back to the daily chart. Let's take a look at some, the big seven, the top 7 stocks that are holding up a lot. Here would be Apple. And we're actually, it's these 3 lines here. This green line here is a 200-day moving average. So it's on a downtrend to the 200-day moving average. Look how it bounced off it here. Almost perfectly. Microsoft. Purple line is a 5-day moving average. Yellow is a 20. So right now it's at a 20-day moving average. We got a 50, and then the green is 200. Google. Google has passed all 3 indicators. Will they test the 300? 200? Probably not. We'll test the 100, most likely. And NVIDIA. Well, they're still raging. Is the daily chart we're looking at here, by the way. So we're hitting some resistance now. Okay, it's kind of slowing down around up here at this range, at the $726. Meta, they gapped up really nice, and they're still holding this upper range, so that's impressive. They did make an all-new high yesterday of 488. Amazon, they gapped up, and they're still holding this range, so that's kind of interesting. That's good to see. And anything else, oil, by the way, WTI crude oil is now up to $79 a barrel, and that's a big move. So let's zoom out here. If you notice, we talked about this last week. It's always been holding this green line here of support. This is Oxy, by the way. And in the past 2 days, oil shot up, and earnings came out for Oxy. You see they did good. They actually matched expectations. I think maybe some people were thinking it was going to be lower, so it had sold off. Here's this channel that we drew, a wedge, and now it clearly broke out of the wedge. So we'll keep this wedge here for now, just see what happens. Anything else good going on? Let's take a look here. Let's see, Bank of America, they've just kind of been floating around. Let's put this on a weekly chart. They're in this range of 28 to 34. JP Morgan, though, has really been kicking strong. Let's take a quick look at them. JP Morgan, they've been holding strong. Look at that. All-time highs, 180. There's a weekly chart. They are really ripping. That's pretty impressive. There's a daily chart. And Intel, they've been struggling. Okay, they broke out of this downtrend we drew, so we'll get rid of that. They did gap up, okay, above this uptrend. Earnings came out, and it dropped. So we're still in this uptrend. It's just a slow uptrend. It's a slow grind. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Anything else good to look at here real quick? Palantir. They are actually still holding that uptrend from when their earnings came out. So right here is where they're holding. Zillow took a big hit, I believe. Yeah. Not big. Well, they dropped out. They were in this uptrend here. These two green lines. And the dotted line is a slow uptrend. And look how the resistance, it hit off that perfectly. Let's take this to a weekly time frame real fast. Zoom out for you guys. Where are we here? So there you go. So that dotted line is like a slow uptrend. And it's funny how it hit it perfectly right here. Okay. So, and here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Be interesting to see what that does. Other than that, there's not too much to talk about. So, Netflix, they've been, again, they're still holding this higher range. It's impressive that they, it's moving around a lot. Look how volatile this is. So a big day today, big drop off today. I don't think they're at all-time highs here. Let's take a look here. Weekly chart. No, they're way off, 700 all-time high. But they're definitely margins, 586. It's an aggressive looking chart here. Okay, pullback would be nice. A little bit more of a pullback here would have been a little bit more bullish looking, I think, but you never know. Gild, G-I-L-D, they took a big hit as well. Their earnings were bad. They fell out of this range here between 74 and 81. And they give a great dividend though. But they definitely dropped out of that range. Well, that's it. Well, it's pretty much been a, semi-flat week. We'll have to see what happens. I'll keep you posted again. Thank you for watching. And want to give a shout out to all my traders out there. All have a good weekend, all right? Thank you very much.